Hi guys. Hopefully this video is louder than the last one because I had a few complaints about the last video about the volume control on it, and some people said the volume control was fine and others were like I can't hear anything and blah blah. But I'm really trying to speak loud enough. I don't know if there's something wrong with my laptop or if it's just my webcam or something. I don't know, but I'm really trying here. I do hope everybody can hear and get to watch this video. Okay, so I'm back. First of all, I would actually like to go back to the first video that I made in regards to the interracial dating situation in France that I've noticed, and I would just like to comment on a few things. I had a few comments on Facebook under that video, and I had like 2 comments on YouTube from people that I don't know, and I just wanted to address some of the things that some people said. I'm really trying to make this video as short as possible. I don't want you guys sitting here all day long watching this part. Some people think I'm wrong. Some people think, oh, I'm being too harsh, whatever. I'm getting like literally crucified or whatever. So I would just like to go back to that video. Okay, so when I recorded that video, first and foremost, I just literally got in like 5 minutes. I just got home like 5 minutes before I recorded that video. I was just on the tram because I prefer recording stuff or writing stuff down when the memory is so fresh or when I'm still in the mood, because then you guys can understand like how I really am in that moment. So it's not like I'm thinking of her trying to say something, you know? I hope I'm not talking too fast. I do get that a lot of talking too fast, sorry. Okay, but maybe I was a little biased in my thinking because I was in the moment when I recorded that video, like I was in the mood at that time. But a few of the comments that I got, that I received under that video, made me go back and rethink a lot of things. And I mean, I still stand by my conclusions, you know, by my observations. I still stand by them nonetheless, but it made me think deeper than what I was actually thinking about. And that's what I like to get. Like, I like people to challenge my thinking so that I can go back and think, okay, you know, why is it this way? Why is it that way? You know, why did I think this way at that moment? Why don't I think that way anymore? And I was also talking to a few people from my classes here that are international students as well, from all around Europe, you know, not just from America, and they agree with me in one sense, not necessarily that the French are racist, but they agree with me in the sense that the French, this is the word everybody uses, and I wish I can have it on camera. I'm going to try to have another video next week with like a whole bunch of international students, so we can have like different perspectives on situations, not just about, you know, interracial dating in France, but also just about everything else in France that you can compare, you know, to other countries. And they use this word, arrogant. Not my word, their word, arrogant. And even some people that live here, that have lived here for many years, that aren't necessarily naturally French, but I mean, they've been immersed in the French culture, do call the French people arrogant. And I was just wondering, maybe they are kind of right. Maybe I should switch over to that word a little bit more instead of, you know, using the word racist. You know, racist sounds a little bit harsh. Arrogant sounds much more better. Okay, and I was asking them, I was like, so why would you say the French are arrogant? Then they were just like, oh, well, they think they have the best beauty, they have the best fashion, the best music, the best language. Everybody should speak their language. They don't even want to try to speak English, and English is like the ultimate language, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, they think they have the best food, the best wine, the best cheese, the best bread. Well, actually they do, but, you know, we got to give it to them on that side. But I was just like, okay, yeah, that's actually quite interesting, and maybe that is the way it is. And because they feel that way, they can be, some French people can be narrow-minded at times. Some of them. I'm not trying to put anybody in the box. I'm not trying to put everybody in a box, so I don't get crucified later on for calling all the French people arrogant or whatever. But some French people can be narrow-minded, and that's just how it is. I mean, you find this everywhere you go. It's inevitable. Come on, it's just something that you cannot avoid. It's right there in front of you. But they believe that they have the best everything from what I've seen so far. And so they believe that people should just adapt to their own culture. And even if you adapt to their own culture, they still will not fully accept you because you are not naturally French. Even if you were born here and you're an African, you're still not naturally French. No, your grandparents are not French, blah, 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 whatever, whatever. You're just not French. And somebody left a comment under the video on YouTube and said, oh, let me actually look at it right now so that I don't like miss anything. They were just like, yeah, they were just like, oh, they've heard that the French people can be rude, but once you've gotten, once you've gotten to know them, they're quite warm and nice. Well, I mean, there are there are a lot of like nice French people. I'm not gonna say French people are mean. They're not mean. They're very sweet. They're very nice. They're willing to like teach you stuff, and which is very good. And I like that. I like to learn new stuff. Um, and where was I? I just lost my train of thought. So bad. Okay. And where was I? I mean, when you do, even if you've lived here for years, you will never truly be accepted. The person, I mean, yeah, that's the question the person was actually asking. It's just how the culture is. Maybe if you're there longer, you think they would accept you, blah blah blah. I mean, me, I'm not bothered. I really don't care. I'm not gonna live here for long, And even if I do, it doesn't bother me. Like I love this place. It's a very nice place to live in and everything. But you're not French. That's just how it is. You just have to live with it and get what you can. Well, so I guess that's the word I'll use next time. Arrogance, not racist. So if I offended a few people with that, I'm sorry. But I mean, that's just from my observation. I do believe that they can be racist sometimes, and I've met like a whole bunch of Europeans, like Caucasian Europeans, before I came to Europe, that told me to be careful with the French can be very racist. But you're going to a nicer part of France. I said nicer part, and I got to I was like nicer part. I wonder how the rest of France is if this is the nicer part. Not that I'm complaining or anything, but yeah. So it's not. I mean, I don't know if they influenced my judgment before I got here. But when I was coming to France, honestly speaking, I had no expectations. I was just like, God, take me there. I'm getting there. I'm not thinking anything. I don't expect anything positive, anything negative. Whatever happens, I'm taking it. Whatever happens, and that's it. And I got here and I saw the positive side and I saw the negative side. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. It's definitely a good thing that I didn't come here with expectations, because then you would have been disappointed. A lot of American kids are like, oh, it's not like America. I want to go home. Or, oh my God, it's so fun out here. It's much better than I thought. Like, don't have any expectations. Just come. Just go to places and learn about those places. Don't get on the plane having expectations. Okay, this city will be nice, blah blah. Anyway, so moving on to what I was actually gonna discuss today. Oh man, 8 minutes already. I talked too much. Sorry. Okay, moving on to what I was actually gonna talk about today. Rude. The word most people usually associate the French people with. Rude. I'm sorry. I think it's funny because I'm from New York, and I got here, and actually right before I left, I was like telling my boyfriend I can't wait to get the heck out of New York. People are so rude. I hate New York. Everybody's so rude, and then I got here and I'm like, oh my God, New Yorkers are so much nicer. I'm sorry, you guys would not understand, but like I was like literally complaining the last month that I spent in New York, because everybody would just like bump into me in Manhattan, like not say excuse me or sorry sometimes, and that really pissed me off. But here it is. Rude. And like in the part of France that I'm in, and when I was in Paris, what I saw, yes, I've concluded that the French are rude. Yes, I said it. You can quote me. I don't care. I'm not going to apologize for anything. I concluded. But I will say this. This is France. This is not America. This is not some other part of the world. This is France. This is their culture. This is how it is. They expect you to know how it goes. Don't stand in the way and we won't bump into you. you know, and it's not. I mean, like honestly speaking, from what I've observed, I just think that to them, when you're outside, it belongs to everybody. You know what I'm saying? You don't have your personal space in public space. Public space is public space in France. Well, let me not say in France. Well, in Paris and Montpellier. I haven't been to the rest of France, so I cannot speak for the rest of France. But if you have been to another part of France, please comment and let me know how it is over there as well. Because people just literally walk by, bump into you, no excuse me, no, can you move out of my way so that I can pass you, just bump into you and that's it, and just that's just how it goes. No, no sorry, unless they like really hit you really hard, then they'll say, pardon, yeah, and whatever. But yeah, so I think the French are rude. New York, I mean, like, at least in New York, if you're gonna, like, if there's, like, a whole bunch of people standing in front of you, before you bump into them, you at least say, excuse me, or, you know, something. Even if you're gonna be rude about it, you're still gonna say, could you please get out of my way, blah, blah, blah. But here, nothing. Nothing is said. They just walk right there like you're a ghost, like you don't exist or something. That's just how it goes. And it has nothing to do with who you are. It gets done to everybody. It doesn't matter, you're black, you're white, you're short, you're fat, you're big, you're tall. Nobody cares. You get bumped into. That's just how it is. That is the part of the culture. And at first, I used to be so angry and like I would just look at people like, how dare you like bump into me like that, you know? And the other people around me would just look at me like, why are you looking at the person like that? It's like, you're not supposed to look at the person like that. They're supposed to push you. They're supposed to bump into you. And I've been here for 3 years, and I've like I guess I've just come to accept that that's just how it is. Public space is not personal space. Public space is everybody's space, so if you don't want to get bumped into, make sure you're positioned in a way that you won't get bumped into, or walk fast as you can. That's just how it goes. Okay, since I don't want to make this video too long, I would like to end this with this. I'm trying to stop this before it gets to like 15 minutes or something. Yes, I have done a lot of interracial couples in the part of France that I'm in, and I think it is very beautiful. Like I love to see like mixed children or whatever. And but honestly speaking, if you watch the previous video and you took it to your head like, oh my God, this girl is racist, she doesn't like blah blah blah, then I don't want to call you stupid, but you need to learn how to critically think. I was trying to think beyond the surface. I'm not saying that I'm not down with interracial relationships, marriages, or whatever. I don't care about that. You can be attracted to anybody that you want. That's not a business. If you like, get married to an alien, get married to a ghost, get married to a white man, to a black man, to a sheep. I don't care. If you love the person, that's all that really matters at the end of the day. But I was just trying to think beyond the surface. I was asking a question: why is it this way when it is this way? Cause and effect. Learn how to do that, okay? Because what I was asking is, why do the black people go after the white people, or why do the white people come after the black people, when you can obviously tell that the black people are not really accepted into this society unless you're like a rich, famous black person. That was just my point at the end of the day. So people, please, let's learn how to critically think. Let's learn how to observe our areas, our neighborhoods, our environment. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. Asking why. You know, and yes, I did rush to a conclusion, but I'm sorry for that. But then again, you guys commented and you guys challenged my thinking, and I thought beyond the surface as well. So thank you for that. Well, I'm done with this video. Oh, my first breath of the day. That's nice. Well, anyway, hopefully you guys have something to say about this. Like I said, I don't mind hearing your comments. That's okay by me. It helps me to think better. Have a nice day. Bye.